Hi there, students. I had a question from Abdullahi Mohammed saying, could you explain a charm offensive? What is a charm offensive? Well, a charm offensive is an attempt to achieve something, to get something done by using charm, to be terribly nice and terribly polite and terribly helpful in order to get something that you want. Let's see, if I ask my dad, can I borrow the car on next Saturday night? He's just going to say no. So, first of all, I need to launch a charm offensive and then ask him, and maybe then he will say yes. And this is the idea of a charm offensive, particularly to launch a charm offensive. You launch an offensive. So an offensive is an attack in a military sense. So an army is on the offensive, and an army launches an offensive. So maybe they're going to launch a spring offensive, an attack. But this is an attack of charm, an attack of being nice, of being helpful. Yeah, it's a concentrated attempt to gain favour or to look respectable by being incredibly cooperative and incredibly obliging. Now, this phrase, a charm offensive, is very often used by journalists to talk about politicians. So let's see, if there is a political scandal, the first thing the politician does, or the political party does, is launch a charm offensive, yeah, to reduce the impact of this scandal. Okay, so a charm offensive. You could launch a charm offensive against your opponents or somebody who is causing problems for you, yeah, in order to get them to be more gentle with you, to deal with you in a much more favourable light. So it's a concentrated attempt to get favour, to look respectable by being terribly, terribly helpful. I don't know if you've noticed, a government, when they first get into power, they do exactly what they want, yeah? And then as the election comes close, they suddenly mount a charm offensive, and they do everything they can to look like they're helpful, yeah, to be very helpful and to look very good because they want people to vote for them, yeah, and that's the idea of of launching a charm offensive. Okay, so a charm offensive, it's using your personal charm, a calculated campaign to get favour or support. Yeah. So you could stage a full-on charm offensive, yeah, in the media, and so that everyone thinks you're wonderful, yeah. And this is the idea of a charm offensive. Maybe the United States needs to launch a charm offensive to try to appease the African the African community, yeah, the Afro-American community, I think that's the phrase, and okay, a charm offensive to calm people down, to make people friendly to your point of view, and this is a charm offensive, yeah, charm, being charming. He's such a charming young man, yeah, and this is it, the idea. So, formality, a charm offensive. I think I'm going to give it 5 in formality, maybe 4.5. I think you could use it anywhere. I think in something very formal, I think maybe just about, but a charm offensive. And then, so I've given it a 5 in formality, use anywhere. And the origin, well, an offensive is a military phrase, an attack. But in this case, an attack of being nice to somebody because you want something. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. A charm offensive.